I'm Dr. Emma Milne, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how the criminal justice system responds when they think a woman has illegally ended her pregnancy. So in the previous videos I've talked about the reasons why women have illegal abortions, and I've also talked about the history of the law that surrounds the criminalisation of abortion. So a key thing from those videos is that the women are incredibly vulnerable and they're experiencing crisis pregnancies. These cases don't involve callous women who simply want to kill babies. They are always about a crisis. And the second key point is that the history of the law shows us that the purpose was to protect women from being killed during the process of an illegal abortion being performed by a third party. The intention of Parliament when enacting the 1861 Offences Against the Person Act, Section 58, was not to protect fetal life, but actually to protect women from the dangers of abortion during the Victorian period. And yet, when we look at modern day cases, which is what I've done in my research, the way the law is being interpreted today suggests a very different understanding of the purpose of the criminal offence of procuring a miscarriage. Instead of seeing this as a crime of ending a pregnancy outside of medical control and regulation, it's been seen and understood as a woman killing an unborn baby. Now, in many respects, I can understand why that's the interpretation. In pretty much all of the cases that have come before the courts, the baby could have been born alive. However, there's a really key difference here between a baby who could have been born alive and a baby who has been born alive. So in England and Wales, we have what is known as the born alive rule. This is the principle that you're not a legal subject protected under criminal law if you have not yet been born alive. This is a really old legal principle that we have continued to maintain and we still believe exists in this country. We haven't changed it. Parliament hasn't taken steps to remove the born alive rule, and so it's one that the courts need to uphold. This is why when women obtain illegal abortions and then the fetus dies, they're not charged with any form of a homicide offence or an offence against the fetus itself. Instead, they're being charged with procuring a miscarriage. Now, there are really good reasons, I think, for why we would absolutely not want to criminalise women for their conduct while they're pregnant that may also be an illegal abortion. I'm going to talk about that in a future video. But I think the key thing to highlight about these cases, and that I'm able to identify in the research that I've done, is that rather than seeing procuring a miscarriage as a crime of ending a pregnancy outside of medical regulations, it's very much been understood as a crime against a fetus. That is not what Parliament has intended, as you'll have seen from my previous video about the history of the abortion laws. And it's also a really worrying development that has consequences not only for women's rights, but also for the health and well-being of babies, whether they're born or not. I'll be exploring that in a future video.